Ah, yes. It's back. I mean, I said that I was going to be playing the game for a stream, and my word is, unfortunately, my bond. Despite, perhaps that not being the best idea sometimes. Okay, well, since the last time, I have leveled up a little bit, and I did clear out the remainder of this area, which wasn't as much as I thought it was going to be, as it turns out. So I'm getting pretty much right to the next boss, which I have no idea what that's going to be. I decided to save it for the stream because, yeah, you know, it's a stream game. I can't just have the... We're just watching the throwing knife run. That run was pretty good. It's too bad the ending was not as good as I wanted it to be. Everything else, though, I was pretty satisfied with. Also, the, what was it? The bit at the start when I was talking about damage over time stuff, I just, you just spoiled me. Trust me, it's different than you might think. I'll just say that. It's not the same sort. You'll understand what I mean when you see it. I'm dealing with a Frankfurt sausage and some eggs, but I will be watching in silence. Oh, great. Well, have fun. I was just saying that I'm getting right up to the next boss. Don't know what that's going to be. Also, I changed up the look of the character a little bit, so... enjoy that? I don't know. Get out of here, Jack. I don't need you right now. Will we have ASMR Doc today? I don't know what you're talking about. Previous episodes of this series don't exist. I like it. Clipping is still as bad as ever, though. Okay, here we go. Where was I going again? Because I've entirely forgotten. I think it's just right over here. I was screaming at the TV halfway through about how terrible the build was looking, and then you got the stiletto and lacerating aura. It was fine, and I knew that I was going to want to switch out the... I knew that I was going to want to switch out the shield for something else. I just keep getting enticed by those legendary items, and I can't stop myself. Okay, so what is this? This is a boss. Yeah, there we go. What's his game? It's Code Vein. And definitely not Hades. Or maybe it is Hades. It's Dark Souls, by the way, of sexy anime. Also, I do want to give props to the phaser, which was really good. Oh no. Oh, is this gonna... I did... Now that I'm thinking about it, I did see two figures on the ground. Is this gonna be the Ornstein and Smaug boss? There's Mito. You said it, Yakumo. Such a silly looking guy. The hardest boss of the game. Oh. I guess we'll see. Hentai Souls. You know, that was actually something I've been thinking about a lot as I've been playing this game. There's a lot of very sexy character designs, no actual sex. There's like no romance, no flirting, and definitely not full penetration as you would expect from the way that some of these characters are designed. It's kind of frustrating. For example, this character. And pro-Opie clickbait. I explicitly said when I was streaming that I was going to use that as a thumbnail for the series. So, yeah. I mean, that character is a big part of the game, and you'll probably be seeing her soon enough. All right, well, this is going to be a goddamn nightmare. Let's go. Really not looking forward to this. Japanese dude say bon appetit? I didn't see. Probably. Mito's that kind of guy. Oh, the Cannoneer and the Blade Bearer. All right, well, what do we got? I'll let him kind of... Oh, my God, the jiggle physics. Anyway, I'll let him kind of do their thing for a second and see kind of what it's like to start. Looks like the Blade Bearer, being the Ornstein here, is probably going to be the one to try and attack first. The Cannoneer is not super threatening as of just yet, but who knows how long that's going to last. Ornstein and Schmaug. Because fire. Like a dragon. I don't know, I thought that was reasonably clever. Alright, well. I'm losing my buffs too, I should probably remember that. Alright, let's go. 0 damage. Cool. Big fan. Also, yeah. Really gotta make sure you keep moving, eh? Alright. I mean, yeah, you say pro-opie clickbait. This game is clickbait. Woo that damage. I mean, that's pretty standard for the game so far. Can't say I'm surprised that I saw that. I have switched out a bunch of stuff since I've last been doing this. Did manage to get, like, improved regeneration, which might be good. I don't know. We'll see. Machete. I decided to switch out for the machete since that seemed like an okay item. I don't know. And, yeah, like I said, also switched up the look of my character and all that sort of stuff, too. I thought the game was going to crash there for a second. Drop the cursed sword. I'm not taking that much damage. This is, the thing is, it's like, yeah, people keep thinking that I don't have everything, I don't have, like, high levels and everything upgraded. It's like, no, that's just what this game is like. This game is just like this. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful than that. Legit Dark Souls has more nudity than this game. I struggle to think of what you could possibly be referring to. There's like the stone seller in Dark Souls 2, but that's about it. That's like the most TNA you're getting in that game. Okay, so you do kind of have your own thing going on. Yeah, okay. Just gotta be a little bit careful, you know? Nope. Got me on the backswing. Always with the backswing, you know? Alright, hide behind the... Okay! This is not how that should work, by the way. I do want to point out. K-Log? Oh, yeah, you know, K-Log does have that. That's true. But, it's not too... When did Doc beat Water Stripper Miku? Like, like a week and a half ago. Where have you been? K-Log also tried to do a thing where they contrasted the nudity, with the whole giant spider pelvis legs, which is kind of more interesting than what this game is doing, which is just kind of presenting the nudity and then not doing anything with it. Like, there's TNA, but I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about lately. Where it's like, man, the story has absolutely nothing to do with the way the characters actually dress and look like this. It's entirely separate from that. When they don't even, like, try to incorporate it in any way, the idea that these character designs would have something to do with the plot. I don't know, I find it surprising. It's like, it sort of feels like the game was designed in a way where the people designing the characters and the people actually, like, designing the gameplay or writing the story had no connection to each other. In some ways, it makes it kind of interesting, just because it's so surreal in how that works. But it's also, like, you know, disparate and nonsense. Maybe I should just go for Smaug. He's not really moving a whole lot. The description says Hades. It is Hades. Can you not tell? God, every time people come in here, they don't understand what Hades is. I can't believe that. You'd think that if you were if you were explicitly coming in here to watch Hades, you'd know what the game is. I remember the YouTube stream cutting. Yeah, and then like 2 hours later, I came back and beat the boss. And that was like a week and a half ago. Take old biddies, yes. Obviously. Okay, let's just... I mean, I was thinking that it's like, you know, the Blade Bearer is coming to me, but maybe the Cannoneer should be the guy, just because he is really... He's holding still, being a lot easy to hit, you know? Smau has always been kind of the easier dude to take care of, just because he is less mobile. And that's an important thing. And I think that's that idea is bearing fruit right now. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have gone for the combo. Now, I know this is Hades. The title says Voluptuous Vampires, and I clicked for the Voluptuous Vampires. Well, they're on screen right now. Can't tell me that this is false advertisement. Blade Bearer is rocking the huge bust. And I'll hear nothing else about that. Let's go. It is, of course, Hades, though. Don't you remember the Cannoneer and the Blade Bearer fight in Hades? I mean, it's where you get one of the better boons in the game, after all. Yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be real frustrating. Yeah. Oh boy. I don't know. I mean, it's like I was saying. I know this is gonna be a real tough fight, but I gotta commit to doing this in this way. So what am I gonna do? Theseus and the Minotaur is the worst of those. I haven't actually played Hades, except for right now. Oh. Don't worry, after the stream is over, you'll never see this again. The video will immediately become private, and you'll never see anything about this. Okay. Yeah, I guess it's the best idea is just go fight the Cannoneer, dude. And don't walk immediately in front of him. You'd think that he would have some sort of like startup time for using that move, but he doesn't. This is also maybe the first time that I'm not going to rely on lock-on, just because I need to see what the Blade Bearer is doing at all points in time. Yep. You can counter the Ice Gal. How? Also, why would Theseus team up with the Minotaur? That's not really a thing that Greek heroes usually did. You should play Code Vein. No, we're playing Hades right now. Don't tell me about playing Code Vein. Oh, this is gonna be this. I didn't know that this was gonna be like this fight. Otherwise, I probably would have like practiced it a couple times before. Coming in here. Okay. Should be a couple prime hits in on... Well, I mean, it should be a couple prime hits if I actually hit him. Oh god, these things are gonna take so long to fight. And I'm like a level 150, by the way. So, this is not a question of getting any more upgrades or whatever. This is just what the game is like. Damn it. Did you play Celeste? This is Celeste, can't you tell? I mean, I'm currently in chapter 8 right now, which is why I have the pink hair. But this is Madeline. She might look a little different than what you're used to, but that's just how it is. Yeah, that's also why I'm not wearing the backpack. Traded out her dash for a big sword. All right, keep on going. Oh, Oh, man. Yeah, the problem is that I know that I can't, like, get enemies stuck around the... I might just have to go for the Blade Bearer because she is too aggressive for me to even try to attack the other guy. Voluptuous Madeline? I mean, you can't... You don't know what she looks like. She's wearing a lot of layers of clothes. She could easily be very voluptuous. Why not? We're just gonna be writing fan fiction on the game. Okay. Alright, Blade Bearer. I'll try to, like, I don't know. Sometimes a counter, maybe? Well, I hate how the parries work in this game, by the way. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. Come on. Yeah, I mean, Smout is much slower than Ornstein after all, so maybe I can kind of get away with that, just that alone. Nope. We can all imagine. I mean, you know, judging by the fan art that I've seen of many different games and franchises in my time, you can imagine anything you want. Nobody's gonna stop you. They can't. Well, Nintendo might, but you know, that's just how they do. Which is annoying. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. The Chapter 10 DLC climbing the ranks of Chatterbait. I mean, I'd play it. I didn't play Chapter 9, but, you know. No, I wouldn't play it. What am I even saying? Because Celeste is too hard. I don't want to play any more of that game. I beat all the Seasides. That was enough. All right. Look, if Matt Thorson wants to come and tell me in person that I have to play the rest of the DLC, then maybe I will. Otherwise, I won't. Oh, boy. Got kind of confused here. Should go down faster than this, but I mean, yeah. I know somebody did say that I should be using poison or something. How far do you go in Hades? I don't know how far this is in the game, but it's here. It's this far. Try to nah. I want to try to get the parries. I mean, I know the parries are not super great in this game, but yeah. I mean, parries are not super great in bosses. There's no railgun in Hades. What are you talking about? That's not a thing. What is Hephaestus gonna make it for me? That's nonsense. What you're saying is nonsense. Tried to go for the parry, but it didn't really work. Oh, come on. 2, 3. I can get like 3 hits. Okay. That has limited range. All right. I'm kind of getting it. I'll say this, though. This is not going to be my favorite fight of the game. Stop hopping around and just freaking try to attack me or something, dude. The shield is god tier? The shield? You gotta go on. No, just the one. Of course. It takes so long to cast. That is gonna catch me so much. I hate it. You know, I don't know if I've ever tried to roll out of the heal animation before. I guess that is a thing you can do. Yeah, I knew it. It's like, why even bother trying to attack it? You just freaking, There's so much more range than it looks like. This is the biggest, smallest boss fight. Yeah, obviously. One hit takes about 60% of health. Yeah, that's what the game is. The game is super unbalanced if you have a partner or if you don't have a partner. It's just in different ways. What's your favorite parts of Hades until here? I really like the level designs with the lack of consistency. I mean, I actually didn't really like the level design too much in Hades as I'm playing it right now. I think it's all very boring, especially like this level, which has mostly just been a lot of hallways and large platforms. I think the boss fights and the basic, mechanics of how the game actually works is pretty good, but like the individual parts are so disparate and weird, especially in the way that it feels like there wasn't really too much of a overarching design idea when it came to the game. I'm interested in seeing what the DLC is going to be like for Hades just because of that. 2, 3. There we go. Yeah, I definitely don't regret having the healing thing here. That's been helping out quite a bit. Oh, yeah, that hits right in front of her. How annoying. Shouldn't have gone for all 3 hits. When I mean design, I mean how they look. I'm just frustrated. I think the thing that really frustrates me with the design of the game specifically is that they don't do anything. I mean, I was saying this a little bit earlier, that it's just like there is a they went very hard into trying to make the characters sexy, but there's no actual like sexy stuff that happens in the game. The plot is actually very dour and like the plot is very dour and like hopeless in a game where you have characters that are absurdly sexy looking. It's a weird decision, I think. Because usually when you think of characters being like, you know, like a lot of character design being very sexy, that sort of thing, like your plot is either, you know, sultry itself, or, you know, it's lighthearted, comedic, or there's also like, you know, the way that characters, it's like moralistic, like, oh, you think these characters are sexy, but they're also super evil and manipulative or something like that. Or maybe even it's just realistic. Like, yeah, sure, the blade bearer's wearing high heels and got skin-tight latex on, but afterwards she goes home and she sits down in her pajamas and watches episodes of Game of Thrones while eating macaroni and cheese. You know, something like that. But here it's just like everything's so edgy and angry and sad. And like the only romance and stuff has been some very chaste hugging from Yakumo and the one girl that I forgot the name of, and the sharing of an onigiri. And that's been it so far. They don't do anything. It's like the designers of the game and the people actually writing the story never talked to each other. So it's just, It's kind of interesting in the sense that it creates a very interesting atmosphere in the game. Like the fact that they decided to be it very, they decided to make it very sexy, but at the same time, they decided to also make it very depressing. But like, I don't think that was an intentional thing. I don't think that they started this game out being like, we're going to mix themes. We're gonna mix like a thematic. We're gonna have a thematic mixture where everything looks very sexy, but then is also not very sexy in like the story way. I think that just kind of came about because nobody really knew what they wanted the game to be. So in some ways I kind of like it because it's so weird, but in other ways it's just, it doesn't feel cohesive. It feels like they're doing two different kinds of things. And then of course the story is very boring. Although the actual design itself is interesting. The gameplay I think is solid. It's all pretty good, but just a very snooze fest anime cliche of a story doesn't really help it. So yeah, there you go. That's my opinion on Code Vein so far. I like it, but I do think it's just kind of mediocre and doesn't really gel together. A lot of the different parts of it don't gel together very well. That is not trash talking the game. I like the game. I just think it's got a lot of issues. That's it. Maybe they didn't want to go there because it's so predictable and they felt like it was a cheap move to do. But the thing is, the story is not very good aside from that. It's just kind of boring. If anything, you know, playing up the idea that it's a very sexually charged type of game would have been more interesting. That's something that you don't really see a whole lot. I see a lot of sexy characters in games, but I don't see games that are actually trying to, you know, make it a very steamy, sensual experience. That sort of thing. That would be an interesting direction for the game to go. It was actually something that interested me a lot, that had me a lot more interested in the story of Time Spinner when I played that. Because Time Spinner is, like, it's not something that's on the surface, but everybody was having sex with everybody else in that game. And I'm like, oh, this is kind of refreshing in the way that they're, like, portraying relationships, rather than everybody just kind of being platonically friendly with each other. And here, it's like the character design says that, but the actual story itself doesn't in any way. There is, like I said, the only examples of that even are just very chaste hugging and like a almost confession of love. I know what it is. It's just fan service, and they want to add some sexiness, but for the fans, but they don't really care much for it. That's kind of the way I feel about it too. Where I do think that whoever actually designed the characters had some passion for this, but it doesn't translate into the game itself. It just translates into an aspect of the game, but it's not actually tied into the game at all. So, I don't know. They could have done something with it. It feels like it's here, but they didn't do anything with it, which is disappointing. Like, try to incorporate it into the actual story. I know, like, Nier Automata had some stuff with that, where the idea that 2D is designed that way does, in fact, play into the story in specific parts of it. Here, that's not true. Like, the character is a 16-year-old girl who's perpetually wearing a bikini, and there's no reason for that. That's just who she is. But it's also not in a way that it's like, yeah, that's who she is as a character, because every character dresses like that. That's just how it is. Yeah, they designed the boobs first and then remember they'd have to make a game. I guess. I mean, it's a very weird thing to say, but it just feels like a missed opportunity. I mean, if you're gonna go into this, go hard. And maybe I do mean that literally. Maybe I do mean full penetration. Code Vein 2, This time, full penetration. How about that? Have courage in your convictions, Namco Bandai. Don't tease me like this. Just do what you want to do. Look, you're not fooling anybody. Just do it. And by it, I mean sex. There you go. Well, yeah, that's my bit on the game. That's the thing. I've just been thinking about that a bit lately, where I'm just like, what's the deal? What's the deal with Code Vein? Because there's a lot of stuff I like about this, but there's also a lot of stuff where, come on, you can do better than this. Anyway, yeah, like I do think like a lot of the bosses are aces. I love a lot of the stuff with how the actual codes work. I do think that the difficulty is a little bit weird, and the level design is not amazing. Individual enemies in the game are meh. But it's like there's a lot of good stuff here. It just it's not cohesive. It's not cohesive. Things are here, but they don't gel together well. And that's everything I can say about it. Kind of like The Witcher? No, I think Witcher it's much better about that. I think Witcher is there's a much clearer vision for what they want the game to be. Whereas this, it's like you got the boring story, you got the interesting character designs, you got like some cool level design ideas and stuff. And then you have like a lot of the basic gameplay loop isn't good, but the bosses are good. But the bosses are also super weirdly balanced. I'll say this. It might be kind of a mediocre game, but it is at least an interesting game in the way that it is mediocre. So I'll give them that. I'll give them that. It's keeping me playing. I think I might switch out for a partner in this, because, oh my god, this is absurd. Yeah, Drakengard 3 does that. Oh, that doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, I would... Yoko Taro, as much as I still have kind of a chip on my shoulder for how horribly edgy the original Drakengard was, at least he committed to it. He definitely committed to it. And I do think that like Nier Automata and everything like that, and then Drakengard 3, it doesn't surprise me at all to learn that that was the case. That's kind of what I would expect out of Cavia Studios as they existed then, as they exist, and in the way they exist right now. I mean, if you want the game kind of like The Witcher and some sexy stuff here and there, you want a full high quality smut game. I mean, Witcher. I mean, of course, like the first Witcher. You remember the trading cards in that? They were very unabashed in the way that they handled sex in that, and I feel like it was all done very well. Yeah. You know what? If that's what you're talking about with The Witcher, not so much that it was a weird, disparate bunch of ideas that were not really cohesive in the way that we were put together, but just in the way that it handled sex. Absolutely, I think they did a great job with that. I just don't think they did a great job with this. I want to see them either go way harder or tone it down and make and just keep it interesting without being exploitative, I guess. As of right now, it just feels like it's exploitative, but not enough. Go big or go home. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't hate it. I just want to see more, or I want to see you not focus so hard on it. Actually, you know what? I don't even... No, don't not focus on it. Because it's one of the more interesting aspects of the game. It's a frustrating thing about this. I don't know. This is actually the sort of thing, I might bring this up in like a second half of a Dead Cells episode just to see if I might get some more discussion there, because it's so weird in the way that it was done in this game, where the sexiness is literally not a part of the story in any way. Like, they don't even try to justify it. This is the vampire apocalypse, and we got jiggle physics out the wazoo, man. Why, though? I mean, I'm not complaining, but give me a reason as to why. Blah. Yeah, I'm gonna die here again. I didn't even get my super combo. Ah. Can't say I'm surprised, but it's still frustrating. I don't like the idea of everything you do does a lot of damage and you do nothing. The philosophy of difficulty. The thing is, the game is really designed for you to be having a partner, but a partner makes it way easier, which is why I want to do it without that. The thing is, the way they designed the game was not for me, who wants to play this solo and have that kind of Dark Souls experience. It's supposed to be a bit more casual than that, but I'm playing it in a different way because, well, it still exists in that way. This is really a result of me. I can't blame the game for the level of difficulty being, yeah. Some people really bash those cards. Oh, I thought the cards were terrible. I won't say that. The cards were awful. I'm glad that they didn't have them in the future games, but it's like, because they were so just transparently TNA. At least in like the future stuff, the way that they handled sex was a bit more, like, realistic, I guess? Like, you got an idea of who you were having sex with, rather than just kind of apropos of nothing, sometimes having sex with them, and then you get, like, a trophy for your conquest? Didn't like that. That said, it's just like, the future games, I think, handled it way better. The Intoners in Drakengard 3 were all nymphomaniacs. Yeah. Again, I know what Yoko Taro does. I know who Yoko Taro is. But the thing is, at least it was a cohesive idea that made sense. How long have I been stuck on this fight? I don't know, like 15 minutes. At least it made cohesive sense in the story that was supposed to be told. Here, it's just entirely apart from that, and I don't, come on. Make it work. You can make it work. Just give me something to hang my hat on. That's all I'm saying. Oh my God, get out of here, you stupid ice pillar. Ugh, yeah, this is rough. Would you ever make videos on Nier Automata? Maybe. I'm not gonna say anything about that. Perhaps. I'll give a maybe. You know what? As soon as Crosscode is done, I'm gonna open up the poll once again for, hey, give me a game to play, viewer suggestions. So maybe throw that one in there. I do own it. It is here. Well, you know. A romantic, because I said that getting trophies for having sex with people is kind of absurd. Come on, you can't disagree with me on that. It was silly. And I know that, of course, at that point in time, it's not like CD Projekt was expecting. They probably thought that, you know, hey, a little bit of TNA, that's gonna get butts in seats. And then in the future, they decided, okay, that's a little absurd. We don't need to do that at this point in time. It's fun. It's still a great game. Witcher 1 was also a really rough, weird game in a lot of ways. I don't know. I'm down a little bit of TNA, but you gotta sell me on it, man. You gotta sell me on it. You gotta at least do something with it. Like I said, that's just something I was thinking about recently, so I thought, hey, why not play the game and see if chat's got anything to say about it? In the meantime, enjoy said voluptuous vampires that I promised. They're here. There she is. It's she. Okay, come on. At least regen up a decent amount of this health. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm probably just gonna have to go for Smell on this. And watch out for his gigantic explosives. Not a big fan of that. So this is all about having discussion with the chat? Yeah, kinda. What's up with your chat? What do you think about the way that this game has gone so far? What do you think about Code Vein? Give me some sick opinions. It's lazy. What? Okay, fair enough. Doc always about chat discussion. That's why he's the best. I mean, I do like. I mean, it has amazing bosses, but terrible regular enemy variety. I feel the exact same way. A lot of the enemies are just kind of dudes with swords, and the level design does not really support much of anything. I mean, I was thinking about this earlier too. You know, like the cathedral in this game versus Anor Londo. Remember how like Anor Londo, you were climbing around like on the ceilings of areas, and you could see all of these huge furnished rooms and stuff like that. When you think about like Code Vein and how the cathedral worked in this, which is very similar, but it's also just a lot of hallways. A lot of hallways that are barren and there's nothing too much going on in them. And they're all filled with the same kind of dudes with a sword. The bosses are cool. They did a great job with those, but there's multiple phases. They have a huge variety of attacks. They're all pretty memorable, but man, the regular gameplay loop is meh. The other person died, that ends a session, and another invite has to be sent. Oh, I have not done anything with co-op, so I didn't realize it was that bad. Overall, feels empty. Areas are big, but there's not much to it. Yeah, I mean, it's I'll since you know there's nothing too much happening with this boss right now. Let's just go right back to the start of this area, because I think the Crypt Spire is a very prime example of that. Sometimes the difficulty just varies extravagantly. I beat a couple bosses in one try with a partner. Was here for over 2 hours with Io, the best partner in the game. Maybe I'll take her out and I'll just say, this is the way the game is meant to be played. I don't need to prove anything to myself. But yeah, like, look at this. This is literally just like a big circle with a dude in it. What level design is that? It's nothing. And that's mostly what this entire area is. It's, I mean, if this was a one-off type of thing in this game, I would probably forgive it, just because, hey, it would be a very striking sort of design to have like a bunch of large empty areas like this. But this is what a lot of stuff was designed like. It's just circles and hallways leading to circles, and they got an enemy in it. Like, look at it. This sucks. It's bad. It's too bad in some ways, because there's a lot of things that I like about the game, but yeah. Some things there are just some not great things about it. Have you tried Hades? Reminds you of Dead Cells. Fantastic game so far. I'm playing it right now. Yeah, it's like the weird difficulty. What I would like to do is I would like them to have balanced single-player difficulty versus playing with a partner a lot. Because partner's too easy. And like here's a circle with 2 enemies in it. Like, what? It's bad design. There's no mincing words about that. It's unfortunate. Code Vein is if the From Software dev team were otakus are given the almighty gift of creative freedom. I mean, I would say that it's like that if one person was given that. and then like nobody else ever talked to them, and they just designed all of the characters. It's frustrating because, like I said, it's kind of a mediocre game, but it's still an interesting mediocre game, so I like it. But it does feel like I want it to be better than it is in a lot of ways. 3 enemies. Some even have shields. Yeah. There's also, like, you know, the invasion stuff, and it's literally just tons of enemies that they throw at you over and over. It's a memorable game, but not a good game. Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly going to remember, like, pole dancing Miku. I'm certainly going to remember, like, the balance blade. the blade bearer. But it's also like, I don't know. It's frustrating. I want it to be better. And I do think that, like, one of the strong points of the game is the character designs, which are really, really far out there. It's too bad that it doesn't really come into the gameplay at all. Yeah. Oh, well. I mean, it's the sort of thing, like, I don't hate this game. I just, it's mediocre, yeah. What else? Oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Try again. 2, 3. Why does she not take any damage after that? That's ridiculous. Okay. Is there like a second phase now? Because that's ridiculous. I should have seen that coming. Okay. I'll be careful here. You're not sad, you're just disappointed. No, because that makes it sound like I'm extra sad. It's just more like, I want it to be better than it is. But it ain't. So what are you gonna do? Why does she not take damage from her back? Is that what I'm seeing? Because I feel like that's the bit that... Oh, 2 hit that time? Come on, don't be unpredictable. All right. Let's get right back in here. I found Hollow Knight too slow. I understand, but I think Hollow Knight... there's some issues that I got with Hollow Knight, but it's not nearly as much. I think that overall that's a way more consistently good game compared to this. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, come on now. Io, can you help me out here? No? Huh. All right then. Hollow Knight also, you know, that's like another thing. You remember like in Bloodborne? Remember how Yharnam had like tons and tons of like dead horses attached to buggies, had tons and tons of coffins, statuary just littered everything? There's not a whole lot of little touches that make each one of these areas very memorable, which I think is kind of hurts it in that way. There should be more set dressing. And I think that would help a lot in terms of making the areas more memorable and interesting. Certainly they did a lot with the character designs, but aside from that, it's like you can do more. Ah! Okay, can't find any public VOD. Oh yeah, you know. That VOD was actually pretty popular, probably because I named it Hades. By the way, it's actually, you got like over 1,000 views even despite being private. Get that blade bear down. 2. Nope, not third hit. No third hit. Okay. Let's get a heal here and then see if I can't help Io from getting absolutely wombo comboed by 2 enemies. Nope, you're supposed to do this. Third hit. Keep rolling backwards. Good. Ah. Wog, I say. Stop hitting me with the fireballs. What is this garbage? Oh boy. The ice walls here are frustrating. Anyway, Io, don't die on me, by the way. Okay, come on. Give me something good. No, not that move. I don't like that move. Ah! Io, please? Can you give me a little bit of assistance? Oh. Come on, the blade bearer is so close to... There we go. Ouch. Yeah, I can still fight. Not well, but I'm doing it. Keep going. Almost there, man. Okay, there you go. Ah, is this the ONS ripoff? Yeah, and I cheated by using a partner, but screw that. I'm not gonna spend 5 hours doing this fight. It's not gonna be fun, and it's just gonna take so long. Yeah, thanks, Anime Solaire. that's what she is. GG too easy. I told you, a partner's too easy, solo's too hard. It's very frustrating. There's a buffed version in the depths, so I'm really looking forward to that. I don't know if I'm going to do the rest of the depths. I did the first couple ones, but, oh, man. More like a DP ripoff because one's ranged and one's melee. Oh, yeah, I can see that. You've learned from the stripper Miku fight. I'm telling you, having a partner makes such a huge difference. Mito's the most ridiculous guy. Is this game non-linear? Nah, it's pretty linear. Early level Yakumo is god tier, his god level partner. I was using him for a long time before I decided to go it solo. Wish you could have an AI buddy in DS2. I mean, you had like what was the Moonlight Greatsword guy? He was there. Or Masked Woman. BOR parasites. We've been told this many a time. That's how you make vampires. That's what they said. What's an actual good game of this genre? Dark Souls. Also, this is not a bad game. Thing behind his head looks like a chessboard. It looks like that, God, what is it, like the Forbush alien or something like that? It's a very famous thing, but I cannot remember the name of it. Like if you remember Zelda Majora's Mask, when you were defending the farm, that was a big reference to that. Sounds like a typical supervillain voice in Japanese. Oh yeah, no, Mito does a great job. Whoever is voice acting Mito, they're doing a good job. What? Oh. Really? All three of those guys? Fair enough, I guess. Spends 30 minutes calling the game mediocre, not a bad game. It's not a bad game. It's a mediocre game. I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I'm still enjoying playing it and everything like that. It's not like it's a real chore or really terrible. It's just got a lot of weird design decisions that I don't like. Now you gotta collect the 4 Lord Souls. Wouldn't surprise me. Oh boy, oh boy. Is this the Emperor of Mankind? What is going on here? It's a big chair. Yeah, he found the nuclear throne. Look at those eyebrows. Look at that furrowed forehead. That's a character. Did he turn into Toguro? Is it making all the references tonight? Gotta have those wet movement noises. About time. Like, oh, there's a huge earthquake, but the chandeliers don't even flinch. I think that don't question what things move and what things don't in this game. You'll never find an answer. The DMC web broke. Good, I was sick of fighting all the marionettes. So is that supposed to be Silva? I guess. I didn't recognize him without his giant collar. Also, speaking of anime physics, notice how he's got all these packs on the back of his cape, but it's still completely, like, starched straight. Oh, he grew one hell of a beard. He looks like old man Deathwing. Oh, I didn't beat ONS the fair way. I used IO, but yeah, I did it. Run invalidated. It was already invalidated for the first couple bosses that I did. Look, I didn't want to be here for 5 hours fighting that boss solo. I think you can understand. These are apparently monsters from God Eater. Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know that. That actually wouldn't surprise me if that was, like, actually true. Are there guns in this game? Absolutely. I'm not using them because ranged weapons are apparently pretty cheap. And also difficult to use because you need to have, like, the mana to use it. I love my character design right now. So is everybody outside of the Red Mist dead? I wasn't clear.
ヘドが出る。さあ、もうゆりかごは必要ないだろう。共に進化の階段を登ろうではないか。
そのためにさらに多くの命を犠牲にするつもりかよ。
そんなこと許されるはずがない。
進化の速度についてこれない劣等に生きている価値などない。
ざれ事を必ず止めて
Cool
みせる。
motive, still murder.
今を必死に生きている
I wouldn't even say all that cool of motive. It seems very poorly thought out.
継承者たちの覚悟、
I want everybody to be Old Man Deathwing.
無駄にはしない。
You know, they could have been killed. They could have killed him. No, I don't think so. You looking at this guy? And he wants everybody to be able to beat Old Man Deathwing. But are there, like, didn't he say that there were a bunch of Old Man Deathwings? Anyway, do you mind, Mito? I would really like to just go back and, you know, spend my souls and stuff first. And also go back to being, you know, stuff. And they go into stances, but they don't get it. Well, the stance is more of a power play. They're not actually planning to do anything with it. Wait, there were like 4 other people with you? Where'd they go? They're on the sidelines drinking some Gatorade and eating orange slices. You know how it goes. Look, I'm taking care of it. It's fine. There we go. Ooh, I'm also very close to another level. Yeah, I can use some of this junk. Yes. Yes, that there are a bunch of Old Man Deathwings out there. But he said that he wanted us to become them. He didn't say that he wanted to fight them. It's entirely unnecessary. Frankly, I don't see why. He did not let me leave by choice. I left by force. Well, yeah, I had to go level up. I mean, I also had to go get rid of my partner, too, because I want to say that Mito is probably going to be one that I want to take on solo. Ornstein and Smau, pretty rough. He said he wanted us to evolve further. Yeah, but that's what he wanted you to evolve into, right? He wanted you to evolve into a race of Old Man Deathwings. That isn't specifically, hey, you're going to turn into them exactly. I don't know. That's the thing I got from it. All right, Mito, let's go again. No backstabbing, eh? It was a good try. Man, he's got some fast attacks. Oh, just like straight up old King Allant. It's good. What is that he's got on? Drain, it looks like. Well, that's going to be annoying. Now, if you don't mind, give me 1 second. Now, if you don't mind, give me 1 second again. Okay, come on. I am really doing very poorly. Oh, that's inhibit? Ah, well, that's annoying, but I can deal with it. Anyway, gonna do a dash? Yeah, of course, gonna do a dash. Loves that dash. I don't blame him. Ugh. Honestly, to me, Mito was underwhelming after ONS. I mean, unless he's going to be pulling out something real crazy for the next phases, I can imagine that. Because that's, it's not super impressive right now. I mean, I'd say it's still going to take a couple tries, but I want to say this is like Gilded Hunter level at best. So if he pulls out like super mode for phase 2, I'm not, well, that's going to be a problem. Are you going to clear the depths? I did a little bit of the depths. I don't think so. A little bit, probably a little bit too difficult. I want to say that that's going to be not very fun. Okay, and all right. We should just gone for adrenaline, got as much power as possible.
進化の歩みを阻んで排除するのみ
He's a very anime opponent. Of course he'd do the crossed arm thing. And then that's 2 hits, and then potentially into even more hits. Doesn't seem like that impressive of a move, but maybe it's the idea that he's supposed to be like hitting you into it. I like the music. Now, if you don't mind, give me 1 second. Now, this looks like a super move.
だが 避けられるか
I don't know what this is gonna do. Ow.
遅いな
Okay. All right. Yeah. It doesn't seem terrible, but I don't know. Depths are like you're going through all these boring locations through the entire game, so now you can do them again, have fun, haha. I mean, it is almost exactly the Chalice dungeons. So, you know. Does he laugh every time he hits you? Maybe. I don't know. I haven't really been paying attention. The volume for me is not up very high. So, yeah. Inhibit cancels any buff. Oh, does that also include Final Journey? And that I won't die from it then, right? Because that's, yeah, okay. That's what I like to hear. All right, well, I will consider using that when I get into the second phase, because I think that's probably where I'm going to be hit by it in the first place.
侵害の研究を経て手に入れた力思い知らせてやろうせいやっはっしゃっうわっ
Let's go.
見せてやろう種の進化というものを楽しもうじゃないか
Still don't know what these balls do. I'm not a fan. Ow, they explode. Or something. Ow, hey, come on, dude. Oh, there's a third hit to that. Ugh.
避けられるか
Not quite sure how that move works, I'm gonna be honest. Oh, come on now. Yeah, the soundtrack is pretty good. I do think that there's a lot of there's a lot of good stuff about the game. Yeah, I don't know. Ugh. And it's that whole thing that I was saying where it's like, I like a lot of the stuff about the game, but not everything. They home in on you before exploding. How can I tell when they're about to do that is the real question. Because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing on that point. They get closer to your body. Oh boy, well that's gonna be great. I gotta pay attention to the boss and the things rolling around me. Usually not that big of a deal, but a little bit more so when you're doing 3D. When they're getting closer, you gotta dodge. Alright, well that's like really the one thing left to do in this fight, so. Oh, come on, not that one. Now, if you don't mind. You just keep doing that move over and over. It's working out pretty well for me. Okay. Oh boy. What? Oh. Okay, well, that's that. All right. Not the most impressive boss, I gotta tell you. Walking this outside of a stab from a very long weapon and drinking an Estus, it's pretty good, isn't it? Oh, how do you increase speed in Dead Cells? You get the speed buff from killing enemies. So I'm usually killing enough enemies to keep the speed buff on fairly constantly. Pretty often. Anticlimax, to be honest. Why'd he turn to stone and blow up? Who cares? You beat him. I mean, turning to stone is a thing. The exploding part is a bit more questionable.
だが、おそらくは時間の問題だ。
暴走を止める方法はないの？
分かっているのか。確かにお前ならシルバの侵害を受け継ぐことができるかもしれない。
Gasp。
だが、それはつまり。 シルバの意志を継ぐということでもある。世界を維持するためには赤い霧が必要だ。永遠とも言える時間を。
Whatever, I'm a dumb silent protagonist as it is. Do it.
お前にその覚悟があるのか。
Why is his face gray? He's the successor of the Eye, so I think it has something to do with that. That it's like you need to do that to get super eye powers.
何もないかもしれないけど、それでもきっと一緒に歩いていくことはできる。
Okay.
その重たそうな荷物。俺にも背負わせてくれ
Like a
よ。
Sharingan? Yeah, basically.
共に戦おう。
Hooray! All right, well, let's go talk to Siva Gunner. See what's going on with him. Go sit on this dang old throne. I think you should voice over the dialogues in English. No, why? I don't do that in any videos. Plot twist: everybody's in love with Fancy Dan, including myself. No, not really. But I do appreciate him, even despite being a silent protagonist. Just a little bit, though. Is this the end? Was that the final boss? I don't know. This is going in blind, dude. It's Hades. Can't you tell? Playing as Zagreal right now. What do you recommend for one boss cell? Crossover into two boss cell? If you're doing one boss cell, you can still do a very powerful type of tax run. Get some good turrets. Get a nice, good ranged weapon. You do good. Works well. That's what YouTube auto detect the game as. It did not. That was manual. Gasp, it's the Thorns of Judgment. Were they actually caused by Silva? Probably. Like that's just, it's a twist that I can only expect to happen. This is called a loading hallway, where they're loading the next stuff. It's not so much, yeah. Not so much intended to be a lot of blank stuff. The Provisional Government Outskirts. Oh, so I guess this is where the government is. And I guess that's where Silva's hanging out. I mean, that's the only thing you can possibly imagine, really. Level up. Yeah, doing good. Yeah, I mean, I know that the game isn't over yet because I haven't gotten any of the Queen's Tungsten yet. That's still... As soon as I get that, I know that I'm coming up on endgame. And also, Alright. Well, let's keep going. How many loading hallways are in Dark Souls 2? I believe that. There's quite a few of them. Oh, you guys are actually kind of like tough. Only a little bit, though. Not very. See, I told you there's guns in the game. Not that it's going to do him any good. I mean, the thing is, all the successors did, in fact, create the various places that they reside in. So, it's like it is their decision as to what these things look like. There you go. Backstab after backstab, as you do. Like in that room before Hades Tower, you enter an aqueduct and door and there's nothing inside. Yeah, right before you go down into the one area that I can't remember the name of. Come on. Yeah. There, man. A lot of butt stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, I talked a lot about butt stuff last time. Why is that going to stop this time? How could it stop this time? I gotta keep the legacy of the butt chuggernauts alive. I might actually just save this part for tomorrow. I feel like getting 2 bosses, as I've done so far, and everything. It's like, what more do you really want to do? Hi, dude. Let me just kind of walk through here. Swoosh on through. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. Ah! Recognize this area yet? Not at all. I assume that it's probably the place that you fought the queen in, because there are the big, huge white versions of the Thorn of Judgment. Because those were there, too. Just imagine War from Darksiders arriving in this game and solving all the problems in 5 minutes. I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot of stuff. Relax with some Forager. No. Actually, there is a new update for Forager coming out soon. The nuclear power update this week, actually. So I might end up doing a little bit of a stream of that soon enough. But what we're actually going to do is we're going to go and give Fancy Dan a new look. That's right, everybody. We're going to go stand in front of the mirror and preen for a while as I change up what this fancy lad looks like. I dreamed of butt stuff after that stream. Well, good. That was the point. Like, what more could you possibly want? All right, so what look do we want Fancy Dan to have today as the last thing to do in the stream? Right now, this is a dress-up game. It sure is. See, right now I got a little bit of like a blush thing going on. I got like the big, thick eyebrows because I think that looks cute. I like to think of it as sort of like a farmer type of look. So what are you thinking? I want to do something different, though. Ears need to return. Bring back the ears. Oh, we can do the ears if you want. If you'd like to make each, make sure heterochromatic. Ooh, do you want to do heterochromatic eyes? Do I want to do cat eyes? I can't quite see it. Ooh. Whoa. That looks more like a snake. No. Okay, that's a little too much. We're gonna stop that one right now. Edge thickness? Nah, I can't even tell. Dot cross. No, we're not doing the cross eyes. I kind of like the cat eyes though. That's cute, right? No, it probably makes me look a little bit yandere. So let's just go with that. Ooh, extra anime. I like the heart. Oh, heart pupils. Let's go with heart pupils. I do like that. Also, you can have heterochromatic eyes, of course, if you want to do that. I don't know. Very silly looking. What's yandere? Don't worry about it. Well, anyway, enough eye stuff. Let's just kind of leave it at this sort of like cat eye thing. Although, again, it does look kind of snakish. Looks like your eyes and mouth are painted on. It's anime. Like Doppelganger to Saints Row character creation. Sort of. Not quite. Maybe a little bit, though. Okay. Let's go get, like, your basic Fancy Dan. And I'm going to see what the chat has to say about changing up that Dan we know as the fanciest of Dan. Not that hair. Like, this is a good default hair. Okay, and then eyebrows, none, of course. Boy, there's a lot of eyebrows. Look at them go. Okay, well, there's your basic eyebrows. All right, so what do you want to see? What do you want to see here, chat? Give me some good ideas. I'll take pretty much anything. Looks like one hell of a secretary. I mean, we could just keep it like this if you want. Looks very intense. Maybe, do we have just like a back bun? Oh, actually I can do that. With the accessories, of course. Give me that bun. Not that bun. But that bun. I kind of like that. Okay, all right. All right. What are you doing? We're doing... Look, I beat 2 bosses in this stream. We're going to be dressing up my character. Now then. Okay, we'll do the ears then. Fine, fine. It's been a while since we've done the ears. Yeah. You want the dog ears, you said. Gotta keep it on brand, of course. I'll continue going with the kind of dark-ish purple that I've been doing before, since I think that looks pretty good. Other way around. I don't know what is happening. I'm dressing up the character now that we're done beating bosses for a time. Okay. Looking good. Yeah, looking pretty good. This is peak gameplay. Yep. Maybe a hairstyle with something off to one side. There's some good ones for that. Let's take a look. Something like this. Not terrible. Also got like, you know, one side like a little ponytail type of thing. It's kind of that. Anything catching your eye here? Yeah, got a little bit of that. It's part of the game. It is part of the game. You can't say it's not. So yeah, maybe like this sort of thing. You feeling this? You liking this sort of look? I don't know. I mean, I think this is... No, we've already done Twin Tails. Twin Tails was earlier. So I think this one's pretty good. Yeah? Yeah, you know what, sure. And if I turn up... No, too much. We'll keep it about 40%. Extensions proportion. No, I like it at about like the 40 that I got there too. Yeah. Okay. Anything else you want to see for... can you turn your hair fluorescent? Let me see. No, it does not allow you to do like weird patterns for the hair. I can turn it very bright and that's about it. So not nice try, I guess. It looks good enough. Oh, come on. You can do more than this. Like we got scars, for example, if you want to go real crazy. You want to do Jack's whole weird thing. There's also tons and tons of stuff for accessories. Like, come on. I have like a top hat. Is Fancy Dan a real fancy lad? Which hat already did that? Santa beard. The only way that you can get facial hair in the game. Can you add shapes? Oh, you absolutely can add shapes to the face. Check it out. Face paint. Here we go. And no, here we are. This is what I'm looking for. And we're going to do it hard. We are, of course, going to do it bright pink. There we go. You liking that? How's that one treating you? Although I would like to get it a little bit... How do I get it here? No. Yes, there we go. A little bit lower. A little bit lower and off to the side. Like somebody just kissed his cheek. Yeah? The super thin eyebrows? Well, we'll get some thicker eyebrows here. I obviously went with some pretty thick eyebrows last time, but you can do just about anything you want here. Yeah, like this is what I was rocking last time. Like this sort of look. Sort of neutral-ish thick brows. And then there's also no eyebrows if you want to be a weirdo like that. Oh, what about like raised? Or is that what these things are? Raised eyebrows? Hmm? Your tattoo isn't glowing like radiation. How about instead of that, I do actually do like the full-on smooch on the side of the face? Because I know there is one for that, if I can find... I kind of like that. Oh, there it is. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's cute. That's cute. Come on. Okay, but yeah, did you come up with anything for dot-like eyebrows? Okay, we'll go with like the tiny ones. How about what would be good? What's gonna be the best one here? If I go down to the bottom, yeah, here we go. Here's dot-like. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Oh, by the way, I do think I should probably like at least increase the size of these a little bit so they're more apparent on the character. There we go. Needs a fancy pink beard? I don't know. I don't know if the beard really works all that well. You can do the super glowing beard too. Pink. Boy, I can't believe you can color these all the wacky colors, but you can't do like your hair. Anyway. What do you got here? We'll go a little bit darker pink. I think that this is... No. This is about the hair. That's where the hair is. Okay. Sure. I mean, it doesn't really match. But... Uh-huh. Okay. How does the beard look with the mask? Super great, I assume. There. How's that treating you? I'm turning off the beard. And or you know what? How about this? I'll keep the beard, but it won't be on the face. Oh my. This is treating me good. Ooh. Oh, yeah. How do you like that? I don't know. I mean, of course, we can throw it into being pink too and all that to match his hair, of course. A neck beard. I mean, in the most literal of sense. Nah, I'm getting rid of that again because that's stupid. Okay, we got like this stuff. I don't know. I still like the choker that I had last time, but I don't know if anybody else is going to feel the same way. No. Terrible. I don't like that at all. No, that's just silly. What else? Oh, yeah, there is an actual tail. I forgot that I found out about that last time. Let's put it on. And gotta keep the same color, of course. Okay. No, that's too much. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Now then. Get back to the face. Hello, you thought you got rid of me, didn't you? And then, yeah, somebody said earrings. What do we got for earrings? Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay. Like I don't know where like actual earrings are, or if they even exist in the game. No, there's like chokers and stuff, but I don't know if there's like earrings. Like, what is this? That's kind of an earring. I don't know if I would really consider it that though. Yeah, no, that just looks silly now. Okay. Yeah. I'm not seeing anything here. Okay. You want to do anything else? Any other like face paint type of stuff? I can do pretty much anything as far as makeup goes if you want that. Can it reproduce? Absolutely. It reproduces furiously. Ooh. Is that treating you nice? Like, is that good? Is that a thing? Oh, that's cute. You know, okay, I'm gonna do that one. Anyway, Dan is missing some sleep, of course. It's also still like dad, but I don't know. I've been doing that so much. Yeah, there's also like other scar stuff too, not even just regular scars, but also just stuff that like what isn't there? I thought there were freckles. Oh yeah, here we go. Freckles. You want like freckles? Feeling like freckles. Anybody? No? I want to kiss them squishy thighs. They're not that squishy, I'm going to be honest. You can't really make too much of a chunky dude. Yeah, okay. You know what? I think this is a pretty good character here. Freckles aren't really noticeable. There, you get some good face zoom-ins. Yeah, no. A pretty fancy Dan. Got like the cattail and everything. Look at it. Look at it go. Okay, well, pick up then a little bit later with what might be the final boss of the game. I'm not entirely sure. But as it is, I do think that I have created a reasonably fancy Dan as of just now. I like the kiss. I like the kiss and the blush. That's my favorite part about this iteration. Okay, good night, everybody.